So in today's video, I wanted to kind of detail the exact fundamentals that took my brand new Shopify store from literally $0 to scaling it to over $500,000. And this was done between two products on one store. So a lot of people, in the YouTube space will tell you how much money they made from their store, but won't actually go into detail on the exact reasons why their store/product was successful. And this is exactly what I'm going to go through in today's video. So everyone online claims that they found their success on their own. However, I can tell you for a fact that everyone successful has had a mentor at some point, including myself. In my opinion, only broke people don't have a mentor, because the moment you think you've learned it all is the moment you stop becoming successful or stop being successful. Now, at the time, I remember telling my mentor that I wanted to make $10,000 a month in revenue, and that if I achieved this, I would be over the moon and super happy with that number. Now, it's funny because he kind of laughed and told me that that is way too low and that I should be aiming for $50,000 to $100,000 a month. Now, at the time, I thought that this was just his way of getting me all hyped up, and deep down, I didn't think that that was super achievable or realistic for me. But in hindsight, that was just my limiting belief at the time that stopped me from thinking that far ahead. And to be completely honest, looking back, 50 to 100K in revenue isn't even that much. But what you need to remember is everything seems unrealistic or unachievable until you actually achieve it. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go through and explain the exact reasons on how I was able to achieve $500,000 on this one store and how you can start seeing the same results yourself. So the first thing is, what made this product a winner? Now, the three key fundamentals that made this product so successful was my product selection, my product offer, and the proven to work Facebook testing strategy that I used. Now, I'm going to break down and explain how to implement each of these into your business. So the first thing is actually the product selection. So selecting the product that you're going to be testing. So when I say product selection, I have a product criteria that I use and teach my students that qualifies a product before I even consider testing it. This way you cut out a lot of the mediocre products and a lot of the fluff and only test good products from the start. Now, the three criteria that made this particular product so successful was, number one, the ad creatives. So what this means is, can you find good videos online of this product, or is the product generally super easy to film yourself? This is something that will make or break your success with a product, because the ad creatives is the first point of contact that a potential customer has to your store. Now, the ad creatives needs to compel this customer to click off of Facebook and onto your product page. Now, with this product, I had 4 really good user-generated styled ad creatives that I ran for the product. Now, the second thing that made this product super successful was the upsell potential. And I don't know why it just did all the balloon animation, but anyway, the upsell potential. So does it make sense for the customer to buy multiple of this product? The benefit of having a product that people want more than one of is that your store overall profitability will increase dramatically. And this is before you even implement a proper back-end upsell funnel. Now, the upsell potential is probably one of the most important criteria to meet when you're trying to identify a product, because it could literally be the difference between you making 5 figures to 7 figures with your store. I mean, it is that drastic of a difference. Now, the third thing that made this product super successful was it being in a passionate niche. So by having a product that fits into this criteria, ultimately it makes your success rate increase exponentially, because if you have a proof of concept that people love whatever niche you're selling in, you don't really even have to be good at sales or marketing to get them to buy. Now, this also is going to bring down your overall advertising costs, because Facebook doesn't need to work as hard to target people that will end up taking action when seeing your ad. And obviously, with lower advertising expenses, your overall profitability increases. Now, the second kind of overarching thing that made this product and this store super successful was the actual product offer that I was running. Now, this is extremely important to have dialed in because the ad creative itself will initially stop your potential customer from scrolling, but the offer is the call to action that will ultimately trigger that customer to either continue scrolling through Facebook or interest them enough to click onto your product page. Now, your offer needs to be something that is a no-brainer for the customer to say yes to. Now, an offer that we see working very well is buy one, get two free. When pairing this to a product that meets the criteria that we talked about earlier, you can see how things can really do well. Now, what proves the having a good offer point even further is that the product that I was running was being scaled by a competitor that was already running the product for over a year and a half prior and had already done multiple six figures with it. However, his offer was shit and his product page wasn't dialed in to have a high conversion rate the way mine was. Now, this was all I needed to know because I saw that there was a clear proof of concept for this product and that the proof of concept showed the product was working, and all I had to do was execute and do everything better than what he did. So my ads were better, my offer was a lot better, my product page was better, and eventually even the back-end upsell structure was better. So the offer is super important to have dialed in prior to testing the product. Now, the third kind of overarching thing that made the store successful was the Facebook testing strategy that I used. Now, there are a ton of Facebook testing strategies that you can use. The one that I used was what I call the gradual scale method. So I started things off with a small budget to initially test the product and get the ball rolling, but also to get the Facebook pixel familiarized with my audience. The Facebook pixel is basically the brain of your Facebook account, and it knows how to target your product and your ad to the right customer. Now, after looking at my analytics, I gradually scaled things broader and increased the budgets as I did so, to the point where I was spending $1,500 per day on ads and generating close to $4K in revenue from that ad spend. Now, this is kind of a fourth overarching point that I want to make, and it's kind of like a bonus golden nugget. But even though I found the product, I built the store, I ran the ads, and ultimately scaled the product, it was with my mentor's one-on-one guidance that I was able to achieve this. And I attribute a lot of my success with this store to him, because up until working with him, I had never seen results in dropshipping. So what I did was I lowered my ego, I removed my pride, because I understood that I hadn't made any money with dropshipping at that point, and that my mentor was super successful in the space that I wanted to see success in, and that there's probably something that he knows that I don't, or I didn't at the time. Now, I will forever hold a ton of respect for my mentor because he started me down this path, and since then I've been able to generate multiple six figures in addition to this store. But most importantly, I learned the skill of dropshipping and the value of having a good teacher. I cannot stress this point enough. If you want to be successful in any realm, it could be real estate, it could be Amazon FBA, dropshipping, it doesn't matter what it is, but you have to understand that there are things that you do not know and that you need to be willing to be guided. The money that you pay for a good mentor will be invaluable, because the money I paid my mentor to learn this skill has paid me back in an unquantifiable amount of not only just money, but skill. And overall has paid me back in dividends. So if you are looking at going from being a dropshipping beginner, kind of where I was at, to making 10K a month and even more than that, but learning the skill, if you found value in this video and want to be a part of a dropshipping community and be mentored one-on-one by myself, where I'll walk you through everything we talked about above, and obviously a lot more from the very start of your journey to the scaling phase and beyond, click the link in the description and schedule a consultation call with myself, and we'll chat and see if we'd be a good fit to start working together.